Hello everyone. So in this video, I'm going to be explaining about the instrument cluster on the Hyundai Exter. Now the instrument cluster is a fully digital unit. First thing is your instrument cluster shows a lovely startup splash screen when you get into the car and insert the key.
When you switch on the ignition, the instrument cluster performs a system check. During this process, multiple warning symbols light up temporarily. This is completely normal and it confirms that all the monitoring systems are functioning properly. Now let us understand what each of the symbols mean. Starting on the left, this symbol indicates the tire pressure monitoring system or TPMS. If it stays on while driving, it means one or more tires have low pressure. I also have a dedicated video explaining TPMS, so please be sure to watch that. Next is the brake warning light. This usually appears when the handbrake is engaged or if there is an issue with the braking system, like your brake fluid in the reservoir is running low. You must investigate if that is the case. Below that is the ABS warning light, which relates to the anti-lock braking system. If this remains on, the ABS may not function, although normal braking will still work. Sometimes this warning light pops up temporarily when the ABS module kicks in. Don't worry about that. The symbol here indicates the immobilizer system, which confirms the vehicle security system is active. And this is the seatbelt reminder for the driver's seat, which alerts occupants to fasten their seatbelts. I have a dedicated video for seatbelts as well. Moving to the right side, this is the electric power steering warning light. If it stays on, steering assistance may be reduced. You'll have to investigate. Below that is the battery warning light, which indicates a problem with the charging system. This symbol represents the engine oil pressure warning. This is a critical warning, and if it appears while driving, the engine should be stopped immediately. This is the airbag warning light, which indicates a fault in the airbag system if it remains on. At the bottom, this symbol shows that the traction control system is turned off, and this one indicates the traction control system indicator. That is when the TCS is working. And finally, this is the check engine light, which indicates that the engine management system has detected an issue. All these lights turn on briefly during startup, which is normal. They should turn off once the engine starts. If any warning light stays on, it means the system requires attention. On the bottom left corner is your fuel gauge, marked from E to F. E stands for empty, F stands for full. This gauge basically shows the amount of fuel that your Exter is presently storing. You will also notice a very small arrow next to the fuel pump below the gauge that shows the location of the fuel filler cap. Hard to notice and easy to miss. On the bottom right corner, you have the coolant temperature indicator marked from C to H. C stands for cold, H stands for hot. And as you keep driving your car from a standstill, this coolant temperature indicator would stop at about 6 points from C, which is approximately 90 degrees centigrade. However, for some reason, if the coolant temperature starts increasing and it gradually goes towards H, you must immediately stop your car and investigate what is the issue. If you drive your car with a higher coolant temperature, it may cause irreparable damage to your car's engine. Please do not do that.
Now as you start driving, you will see that your speedometer shows the speed of the car on the left side in kilometers per hour. On the right side, accordingly, the engine tachometer that shows the crankshaft speed will also start showing up in 1000 rotations per minute, 1000 RPM. Now at the center, you have the multifunction information display. Let me show you what are all the various options that this beautiful display throws up. So here is one option, that is it displays the distance traveled since you have refueled the last time, that is 93.3 kilometers. What is the time you have put into driving? 5 hours and 16 minutes. And 10.5 kilometers per liter is your average fuel efficiency. These are the stats since your last refuel. Then you have the current trip. Now since the car is parked, there's no stats to display. Else, if once you start driving, it shows up the stats for the current trip. And this automatically resets after 4 hours. This is since refueling, and this is since the last reset. That is, ever since this memory was last reset, the car has traveled a total of 176 kilometers. That is, ever since this car was taken delivery from the showroom, and it has traveled about 10 hours and 47 minutes and 10.4 kilometers per liter. The maximum it will go to is 9,999 kilometers or 99 hours. After that, it would automatically reset. You'll also see on the top left corner N, that is the gear the present gear is shown at neutral. And once you start driving, it will change to D and the corresponding gear, that is drive 1 to 5, any of the gears there. If you are doing driving through the Tiptronic mode, that is your semi-automatic transmission through paddle shifters, or using the gear lever as well, it will only show the gear number. It will not show a D there. That is because you are switched to the semi-automatic mode. Then you have 175 kilometers. That is, you still can drive up to 175 kilometers distance to empty. And at the bottom, you have the instantaneous efficiency that is shown between a bar from 0 to 30. As you keep driving, it will keep fluctuating between 0 to 30. Although that's just a number, you should ideally look at the average fuel efficiency, that is 10.4 kilometers per liter. At the bottom right, you have the ambient temperature, that is 32 degrees centigrade, and the total distance, that is your odometer, 176 kilometers. These are the various stats that's available. Now you can cycle between these stats by pressing this button here. There you go. So now let's look at what are all the various user settings. I'll come to TPMS once we start driving. We don't have any values right now. So let us explore what are the various options available. Now, under user settings, the first one is driver assistance. Press OK to go into driver assistance. You have some warning methods. You have warning volume, that is high. You can hear the parking beeps. So we'll set it at medium. Then you have the cluster. If you go into the cluster, you have three themes. One is theme A, which is the present theme in blue. Then you have a spotty theme, that is crimson red. Theme C is cyan. Then you have wiper lights display. That is, if you unselect this option, you won't get any input if you change anything from the light stock. For instance, now I'm changing it to parking lights. You saw the parking lights show up above, but it did not display it in the center of the cluster. However, if this option is selected, you'll get this. You saw that? Now let me change it to low beam. You'll get this. Parking lights off. You won't get this display if that option is unselected. Similarly, IC road warning has nothing to do in this part of the country, so might as well turn it off. I've just left it there. And then you get that welcome sound, that is that splash screen that comes up. Then under lights, you have illumination. That is basically this cluster's illumination. You can reduce it using this button by taking it to the top, or you can reduce it in case it is too glaring. We'll just leave it at the max. Okay. Then one touch turn indicators. That is basically your lane change indicators. How many flashes do you want? Do you want 7 flashes? Do you want 5? Or do you want 3? That is basically this one. Now it's presently set at 3. So we leave it at 3. Then the headlight timeout. That is, this car has the coming home and leaving home lights. So if you set this at headlights on and you take your key off, it will have a small delay timer which will let you turn on the light for some time until you reach home, and then it will automatically turn it off. Lovely feature, especially if you are parking the car in a dark parking lot. Then you have door auto locking, enable on speed, perfect. That it happens between 15 to 20 kilometers per hour. That is a setting you shouldn't want to disable. Then you have auto unlock, that is on key out. That's fair enough. Once the driver takes the key off, all the doors unlock itself. Then you have convenience setting, basically the service interval, enable service interval. So the interval was set at 9,969 kilometers, that is 10,000 kilometers or 1 year. So you can adjust it here should you want to, but I don't want to fiddle around. So we'll just leave it at that. Or if you want to reset it, you can do it here. No, I don't want to do it now. Then the welcome mirror. That is basically on door unlock, the mirror unfolds itself. That we'll just leave it like that. So that is as far as convenience goes. Then the various units. So temperature units, we are in India, degree centigrade, not degree Fahrenheit. Then fuel economy, we measure in kilometers per liter. How many kilometers does it give per unit liter of your fuel? Not so many liters per 100 kilometers. Then tire pressure unit, PSI, absolutely. Not kilopascals or bar. Come back. Then reset to factory defaults. No. Fair enough. Thank you so much. Then, so that is as far as the various settings goes. So you can select between these settings to display in the MFD, the multifunction display.